Fashion media and fashion companies have a significant influence in our daily lives, shaping trends and beauty standards. Unfortunately, their impact on fashion consumers and those in the industry isn't always positive. Over the last 4 decades, fashion has grown increasingly toxic towards body standards and deceptive in portraying unrealistic body images, affecting not only models but also consumers who constantly compare themselves to these unrealistic ideals. The psychological and social implications of these standards are incredibly disruptive, particularly for the younger audience. This younger audience, being highly influential and constantly engaged on social media, has a higher probability of comparing their bodies to the one they see online. A study by Nicolette Bogar and Ferek Touré highlights that the pressure from the fashion industry doesn't only lead to cultural issues, but significantly influences fashion consumers and people that work in fashion, leading models to maintain unhealthy bodies and influencing fashion consumers to aspire to emulate those bodies, impacting their mental and physical health. This video essay aims to shine a light on this crucial topic, exploring the effect that fashion has on the body image of both models and consumers. As a fashion consumer, I've experienced deception in the way I see my body after spending some time looking at models on social medias and in ads. Experiencing this body dysmorphia made me realize the importance of researching and informing others about this topic. With this video essay, I intend to relate with both fashion consumers and individuals working in the dynamic world of fashion. As you watch, I want you to consider the impact of beauty standards set by the fashion industry on both models and consumers, particularly those who are young. The individuals most affected by these unattainable body standards are those who set them, the models. In the early 1920s, models were slim, resembling mannequins, yet not as slender as they would become in later years. By the end of the 1920s, fashion writers were praising even slimmer models. The 1960s marked a shift in beauty standards with Twiggy, one of the very first slim models. However, it wasn't until the 1980s that fashion designers began favoring extremely skinny models, bringing about a change in beauty ideals. As we examine the evolution of models' bodies over the year, it becomes evident that their overall health has significantly deteriorated, perpetuating unhealthy standards for the public. Major fashion agencies have established standard measurements for models, and upon examining the body mass index calculator from the National Institute of Health, it becomes apparent that models often possess a BMI that is significantly below healthy levels, posing potential health risks. A study by Viren Swamy delves into body image concerns among professional fashion models, conducting a scientific study to determine if they truly constitute an at-risk group. The scientific inquiry compares professional fashion models to a matched sample of non-models concerning body images and appearance-related concerns. The results indicate that professional models exhibit a higher desire for thinness and a dysfunctional investment in appearance compared to the non-model group. These findings suggest that promoting a healthy body image among fashion models may necessitate distinct strategies compared to the general population. Consequently, models can be considered an at-risk group, even if many fashion industry attempt to convey otherwise. Other than just looking at scientific studies, it is important to listen to what the models have to say. Here is a testimony released by Vogue that allows models to speak up for themselves.
With losing the weight, so I did. And it started out as just being more mindful, I guess. And then it did escalate and escalate and escalate. My lowest weight was 98 pounds.
What I was receiving for many years was that my body was not right. And it's almost impossible to erase that. And I thought, that I had really gotten it under control and that I was in a really healthy place. And I, earlier this month, got the opportunity to cast for this job that I have wanted for my whole career.
I don't know, I feel like I was publicly shamed. But, I also just like it shouldn't be a big deal, really. But it did affect me at the time. I wanted to hide. And I didn't want a lot of people kind of, putting cameras in my face and putting me on front covers of newspapers.
To address issues related to unhealthy bodies, several countries, such as France, now require a doctor's certification proving the model's health before hiring them. This measure aims to combat unattainable beauty standards and support models who were previously considered too thin. Another significant step involves the abolition of retouching images in magazines, which is a major concern when discussing the fashion industry and body dissatisfaction. Unfortunately, these unattainable beauty standards imposed by the fashion industry don't just affect models. They also impact fashion consumers. The unhealthy beauty standards are communicated to consumers through the models themselves, leading to body dysmorphia for many. This aspect is shown through a study conducted by McComb and Jennifer Mills that focuses on the effect that pictures of several models have on young fashion consumers. In this study, they interviewed 142 college students by asking them how they viewed their body before and after looking at pictures of several models. The results showed that when they compared their bodies to those of Instagram models, they felt less confident and had a greater dissatisfaction within their weight. This study highlights the significant influence that models' appearance can have on fashion consumers, emphasizing the importance of raising awareness on the issues discussed in this video. Moreover, since the models is never perfect enough, there are many advertisements and social media pictures that are modified, leading to negative body image and unattainable beauty standards. This aspect is shown in the study conducted by Johnson, which talks about how this deception in advertisements and magazines can particularly impact young women, leading to negative body image. It provides evidence through an online questionnaire showing that several factors within the fashion industry had a negative effect on body image among female participants between an age of 18 and 35 years. Looking at those factors, the study concluded that there is a need to raise awareness, mainly on the topic of deceptive advertising. Indeed, modified pictures affect the way consumers perceive their body. Furthermore, another parameter that was tested was the difference between how fashion consumers see clothes in advertisements and how those clothes looks on them. Fashion consumers usually think they have to fit the clothes, but in reality they should think that the clothes are the ones that have to fit them. Most of them feel they need to be a specific size, like the one of the models they like, in order to reach those beauty standards, which psychologically can have a negative impact on them. An interesting study about this topic conducted by Agni investigates the impact of optical illusion patterns, such as stripes or color blocking, on women's body satisfaction. The study used avatars of women wearing optical illusion dresses designed to create the illusion of an hourglass figure. The results showed that women felt more positively about their body shape and increased their body satisfaction when wearing these dresses. This study shows how much the beauty standards have affected the way in which fashion consumers view their body, and the only way to address this issue is by changing the beauty standards that the fashion industry created. This video aimed to raise awareness on a topic that is becoming more and more of an issue, and that is not talked about enough: the effect that the body standards imposed by fashion have on both models and consumers. The need for a change in beauty standards derives from the understanding that nobody should face difficulties with their body due to unrealistic ideals. The change starts from us by remembering to look at ourselves in the mirror and appreciate how we look, and understand that the real beauty is relative and that it is not determined by our sizes.